Hello everybody, and welcome to another Minecraft Bedrock tutorial. Today we have another subscriber suggestion, but this time from two people called StoxyXD and Raver Delarocca. Probably didn't pronounce your name right, so I'm very sorry. But they both wanted that command block door from the bank I made a few months ago. Do you remember that one? No? Oh, here's a reminder, that one. So here is the build that we're going to be building today. Now it works pretty much the same as the one I just showed earlier, but it has been refined slightly. So when we press this button here, our door opens, we can go through, and then some time delay later, and the door closes. But where the refining process has taken place is in the command blocks. So now we only use 4 instead of I think about 6 or 7, and the redstone is nice and neat, as you can see. So now you've seen the design, let's get on with this tutorial. So for this very different build, you're going to need 4 command blocks, 5 redstone dust, 1 redstone torch, 2 comparators, 2 slabs, 1 button, 5 blocks redstone to go on, and then how many blocks you need for decoration. Okay, to start this build, you need to determine where you want your door to actually be. So what I've done here is these 4 blocks here are your outside, these 4 blocks are your inside, and you guessed it, these 4 blocks is where your door is going to be. So the door surround will go here, and that door will be here. So the glass will be on these 2 blocks. But before we place any blocks, we want to remove this block, because we don't need it, and this block, and also remove this block, and instead have an upturned slab like this. Now it doesn't need to be a slab, just any any transparent block. Okay? So that block there needs to be transparent. After you've done that, we can place an our door surround. So place blocks like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. I place stairs like this for decoration, but it's up to you. And then we can have our glass. Like that. Okay, so after you've done that, open up your settings. So settings, and just make sure you're in game. And firstly, scroll down and just make sure your coordinates are on. So press show coordinates. So that should be toward the right. Then scroll down and just make sure your cheats are on activate, so they're on the right. And also your command blocks are enabled. So just make sure that's on the right too. Now, after you've done that, what I want you to do is press T or open up your chat, then type this command, /give @p command _block, like that, /give @p command _block. Then go, and there we are. We've been given a command block. Brilliant. Okay, now we have our command blocks. What we want to do is firstly place a block down here, and then a command block like this. Then remove this block, and we want to crouch and press dust on top of that command block, like that. Then crouch again and place another command block underneath this one. Then we want a slab here or a transparent block, then another one. We want dust on this one, and a comparator facing this way on this one. Then we want blocks like this, 1, 2, 3, a temporary block here and 1 up, a comparator facing this way, dust, and dust. Then we want a temporary block here, 1 down, remove this block, and dust here. We want a torch here, another command block here, and another command block here. And that's it. Oh, and lastly, a button here. So what this is going to do is, because firstly, when I press this button, it's going to power these 2 command blocks, which is going to remove these 3 bits of glass, which will also power this pulse extender, which will turn off that torch. Then that pulse extender will gradually lose its power, and eventually when it loses power, this torch will turn back on, powering these last 2 command blocks, which will place our glass back in. Now this door works on a fill command. Now a fill command works from point A to a point B. Okay, so if I wanted to fill this whole area, all these blocks to dirt, I would put a command with fill, then I'd have this coordinate to this coordinate, and then press dirt, and it would fill that to there in all dirt. So on this door, I want to fill these 3 with air, so they disappear, and then later I want to fill them back with stained glass. Does that make sense? So firstly, I need to find my A coordinate. So what I need to do is to run into the wall, just like this. Bonk. So this coordinate now is our point A, because it's that stained glass here. So 5, 10, minus 33. Of course, it's going to be different for you. So that is my point A, and my point B is 2 higher. So it's 511, 512, minus 33. So in this command block here, I want fill, so that's the command. Then I want my coordinates, which is 5, 10, minus 33. Make sure you have spaces in between them. And then my B coordinate, 5, 12, minus 33. So it depends on how big your door is, depending on what coordinates you place in. And then I need to press type air. So space and then air. So that's the command, that's point A, that's point B, and that's what I want to fill it with. So when I press this button, these 3 should turn into air. As they do. Brilliant. Now we've got the idea of point A and point B, we want to pretty much put the same command into this one, but instead of air, we want to fill it with stained glass. So fill, then our coordinates. So point A is 5, 10, minus 33, then space, and then our point B is 5, 12, minus 33, and we want to fill it with stained underscore glass underscore pane. Fill point A to point B. What do we want to fill it with? Stained glass pane. So now when we press this button, it's going to remove the 3 blocks, which it has already, and then there we are. They've come back. Brilliant. So now what we have to do is the sound effects. Now thankfully that's very, very simple. So in this command block here, we want play sound. So that's the command line, play sound. Then we want the sound effect. And I want tile dot piston dot in. So the sound a piston makes when it pulls in. And then at P, which is just the nearest player. Because most of the time, the person who presses the button is going to be the nearest player to the door. So they'll hear it. So play sound is the command. That is the sound effect at P. I then want to pretty much put the same in this command here. So in this command block, we want play sound, all one word, play sound. Then tile dot piston, but this time we want dot out, because we want the sound of a piston extending, not retracting. And then again, at P. And that's it. It's completely done. So when we press this button now, we have the sound effect and the air blocks, and then a few seconds later, there we are. But what happens if you wanted to supersize this? So this door here, I want all this glass to be removed and then placed back. So what I basically do is just find point A to point B. So this stained glass here is this coordinate there, because I'm standing on where the block is, 5, 10, minus 32. So that's point A, and then my point B is this glass here. Now if you want a quick cheat on how to get that coordinate, place a block underneath where the block is going to be, and then stand on it. On the block, not on the stained glass. Oh, if I can actually stand on it, would be good. Like that. So to 5, 14, minus 37. So that's my point B. So that's what I put in these command blocks already. So 5, 10, minus 32 to 5, 14, 37, air. And on this one, the same, but to stained glass pane. And as you can see, it removes all of them. And then a few seconds later, they all come back. Now, of course, stained glass panes are slightly easier because they're half a block, so you can actually stand where they are. But if they're solid blocks, so for example, if I wanted to remove all this frame as well, I would want the coordinates for this block and this block. So what I'd do is I'd just remove these 2 blocks and stand where that block would be. So that block is 5, 10, 38, which is that block there. So that's point A, 5, 10, 38. And then I'd put my B point, which is this one, which all I have to do is remove it and stand on it. 5, 15, 31. So that block is there, is 5, 13, 31. Okay? It's very simple, but it just takes a little bit of getting used to. And this is the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video or like this design, please give us a like. And if you really loved it, make sure you subscribe with that wonderful subscribe button for more awesome content. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next one. And I'll see you later. Bye!